हरे राम, राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, जय राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधे, जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा, जय लक्ष्मी नरसिम्हा जय लक्ष्मी नरसिम्हा, जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय, निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल जय 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 प्रभुपाद श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं, वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च, श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने, नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे, नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती नामिने, श्रीवार्षभानवी देवी दैताय कृपाब्दे कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः। माधुरी जल प्रेमाढ़ श्री रूपानुग भक्तिधर श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते, नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्ते दीनतारिणे रूपानुग विरुद्धाप सिद्धांत ध्वांत हारिणे, नमो गौर किशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्य मूर्ते विप्रलंबर सांबोधे पादांबुजाय ते नमः। नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंदनामिने गौर शक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगवराय ते, गौरविर्भाव भूमि स्वनिर्देष्टा सज्जन प्रिय वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्नि घोरतिशे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपति गोपेश गोपिका कांत श्री राधा कांत नमोस्तुते, जयतां सुरतौ पंगुर्मम मंदेर्मतेर्गति मत्सर्वसुपदां भोजौ श्री राधा मदन मोहनौ, दिव्य वृंदारण्यं कल्पाद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थौ, श्रीमद् राधा शील गोविंद देह प्रेष्ठालिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि, श्रीमान राससारंभी वंशी वटतरस्थितः कर्षण वेणुस्वरीर गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रीस्तुनः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। So we saw 4 waves. Today we are going to do the 4th wave. So we have Samanya Bhakti as the first wave, which we did. Then we have Sadhana Bhakti as the second wave, that also we completed. Then we have Bhava Bhakti as the third wave, that also we did. Now the 4th wave is Prema Bhakti, that we are going to do. So in the ocean of Bhakti Rasa, there are 4 sections, starting with Eastern section. The Eastern section defines the different types of Bhakti. This will be discussed in the 4 successive waves. This we did in the 1.1.7. In the introduction itself, we have done this. The first wave of the Eastern section is Samanya Bhakti, that is Bhakti in general. Kleshagni, Shubhada, Moksha Laguta, Kruta, Sandrananda, Visheshatma, Shri Krishna, Akarshi Chasa, Sudurlabha. So all those things we have done. How it is Durlabha, Kleshagni, Shubhada, Moksha Laguta, Kruta, Sudurlabha. Then Sandrananda, Visheshatma. So all these things, characteristics and all we saw. And then second wave describes about Sadhana Bhakti. That also we saw Sadhana Bhakti. In the Sadhana Bhakti, Vaidhi Bhakti, Raganuga Bhakti. Then Bhava Bhakti came in the third. And Bhavas arises because of the mercy of Krishna, because of sadhana, because of mercy of Krishna, because of the mercy of devotees. And then the conclusion is the topmost of all the bhava is which arises because of the mercy of Krishna. Okay, now the 4th wave, which is Prema Bhakti. That is 19th chapter. Prema Bhakti. In that, all the definition of Prema Bhakti is there, cause of Prema Bhakti is there, from Vaidhi Bhava, from Vaidhi to Bhava, arising from Vaidhi sadhana, from Raga Anuga Bhava, arising from Raga Anuga sadhana, from Krishna's mercy, how it reaches to Prema, stages leading to Prema. All these things we'll be discussing now. So the four waves in the Eastern section we'll be completing today. 4 waves. After this, what starts with the Southern wave, South wave that has been given. Any that is not included for you in this portion. The Southern section of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Vibhava and all those things will come. So let us see 1.4.1. 1 and 2 are there in the first paragraph. Samyan mashrita swanto mamatvatishyankitah bhavasa eva sandratma buddhai prema nigadyate. Now when bhava becomes extremely condensed, bhava is the ray of prema. Now it's become extremely condensed. It's called prema by the learned. It softens the heart completely and produces extreme possessiveness of the Lord in the experience, in the experiencer. So extreme possession, prema ligadyate, too much of love. Bhava sa eva sandratmaha buddhahi. So the condensed form of bliss is experienced. Samyanmashnitaha swanto mamatvatishayankitaha. Oh, Lord is mine. In that way, possessiveness of the Lord comes. This is known as Prema Bhakti. So the main quality or the Sarupa Lakshana is the bliss which is experienced, condensed form of bliss which is experienced, Sandra Ananda. When Narayanam starts with Sandra Ananda only. Sandra Ananda means, Sandratma means one who is experiencing the condensed form of love. Other two qualities are secondary characteristics, Tatastha Shakti. What is secondary? The heart becomes soft. The feeling of possessiveness for Krishna comes. This is secondary quality. Main quality is what? Experiencing the bliss. Heart becomes soft and the possessiveness of Krishna is experienced. That is all secondary quality. So heart, swanta. Swanta means the heart. Heart becomes extremely soft. Samyanmashnitaha. Samyanmashnitaha. So if you compare the preliminary condition of bhava and if you compare the condition of the heart in the prema, then now it is more soft. So prema is considered bliss, the highest state of bliss compared to the preliminary state of bhava, the highest state of bliss. Now, what is the cause of prema? That is bhava only. So the bhava transforms itself into prema. In this way it is given. The bhava transforms itself into prema. Okay, next. Also, bhava prema. It has been spoken about as a sthai bhava, not a asthai bhava. We saw the asthai bhava in the pratibimba abhasa bhava. And also we saw in the chaya abhasa bhava. That's all asthai bhava. But sthai bhava, sthai means it is fixed. This sthai bhava slowly transforms into prema. Then second one, yatha pancharatre ananya mamata Vishnu mamata prema sangata bhakti ityuchyate bhishma pralladodbhava naradaihi. Prema is defined in Pancharatra. Pancharatra is spoken by Narada. It said for 5 nights, Lord Shiva, Narada instructs Lord Shiva. This is Pancharatra. Pancharatra is defined by Bhishma, Prahlada, Uddhava, Narada as that bhava which has possessiveness related to Vishnu or any other form of Lord and to no one else. Possessiveness here refers to I love Krishna. I love this form of Krishna. And I have no attachment to any other form. So that type of possessiveness. That I love only this Krishna's form. And I am not interested in any other form. Okay. So first paragraph. Anija Prabhu, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Devotional service in pure love of God. When one's desire to love Krishna in one's particular relationship becomes intensified, this is known as pure love of Godhead. In the beginning, a devotee is engaged in the regulatory principles of devotional service by the order of his spiritual master. When one thereby becomes completely purified of all material contamination, there develops an attachment and taste for a devotional service. This taste and attachment, when gradually intensified in the course of time, becomes love. The word love can be actually applied only in relationship with the personality of Godhead. In the material world, love is not applicable at all. What goes on under the name of love in the material world is nothing but lust. There is a gulf of difference between love and lust, like the difference between gold and iron. In the Narada Pancharatra, it is clearly stated that when lust is completely transferred to the Supreme Godhead and the concept of kinship is completely reposed in him, such is accepted as pure love of God by great authorities like Bhishma, Prahlad, Uddhava, and Narad. Hare Krishna.
Uddhava and who? Narada.
Second also.
It is
Narada, yes.
Narada. You told Nanda Baba something.
No, I spoke
Narada.
Narada.
Okay.
Narada.
Prahlada, Bhishma, Uddhava, and Narada. Now, third and fourth are there in the second paragraph. Bhakti premochate Bhishma mukhyairatra tu sangata mamatanya mamatvena varjiteti atra yojana. So here, the analysis of the grammar of the above words is as follows. Bhava is called prema by Bhishma and others, where there is possessiveness, mamata related to sangata to Vishnu, and where possessiveness of other things, ananya mamata, is absent. This bhava is only called as prema. According to, it's not much difference is there. You have bhava, that means you have prema only. It's just more intensified. So here it is said that mamata is there. Mamata means mama. Mamata, what you say? Mother has mamata towards the child. That means she considers the child as hers. Mamata, mama. Oh, Vishnu is mine. In this way, related, sangataha. Now, Vishnu is mine directly, you cannot say, because that can be only told by Srimati Radharani. But mamata, that type of love for Krishna is there. That you don't have any other choice before Krishna. You only love Lord to Vishnu. And where possessiveness of other things are not there. That is why ananya has been given. Ananya mamata is not there. Mamata ananya mamatvena varjiteti atra yojana. Varjita means it is not there. So the analysis of the words of the Pancharatra has been done. This bhakti means bhava. You have bhakti, you have prema means you have bhavana. Not much difference. Somebody says, actually there are only two. That is sadhana and prema only. This bhava has been intentionally added in between. If you have bhava, that means you have prema. There is not much difference. Like the ray of sun has appeared and sun is going to appear. This is daylight only. Morning light is daylight. So there is not much difference. So the strong possessiveness for Krishna is there. But the strong possessiveness for the body and other things are not there. The possessiveness which is related to Krishna is known as prema by Bhishma and others. So Vishnu Thakur writes a commentary. Now fourth verse, Bhavothoti prasadottaha Sri Harer iti sadvidha. This prema for the Lord has two types. That arising from bhava and that arising from mercy. Now see, directly mercy. Now bhava is also three types: mercy of Lord, mercy of the devotees, and arising from sadhana bhakti. Now prema is also from bhava or directly mercy of Krishna. Either from bhava it comes step by step, sadhana to bhava, bhava to prema. In that also vaidhi to sadhana, vaidhi to bhava, bhava to prema. Raganuga to bhava, bhava to prema. And directly mercy. Actually, he said mercy is the best. You don't have to undergo so much. Oh, Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, and then what I do? Then only I let in bhava to Krishna. And if Krishna's mercy is there, you don't have to do any other course, isn't it? That's what all of us are eagerly waiting for. Why should we do Bhakti Vaibhav? Let me skip it out. No way. I have to hold you. The more we study, the more our faith in Krishna increases, the more we are utilizing the time. So the acharyas, when they say there is a Vaidhi Bhakti, Vaidhi means properly following the rules and regulations. We are sadhakas. When we are properly following the rules and regulations, then there is 100% chance that we can come to the stage of prema. Okay. Kadi Prabhu, read. If you have not come back from office, then Gadadhar Prabhu, read. Keep your videos on. Why everyone's video is on?
Mataji, I just connected. There was a
Yeah. Keep your videos on.
connected. I'm
Hansiti
trying to
Prabhu,
connect.
Kadi Prabhu,
Yes.
Dayasagar Prabhu, Maya Mataji, Part Bandhu Prabhu. Maya Mataji's mark will be cut because your videos are never on. All videos should be on.
Mataji, I don't have book. Actually, I have kept it in office.
So I should know now
Revise every day in the
you are sitting
lunchtime.
without the book. How will I know?
No, I revise in lunchtime in the office.
Okay. Gadadhar Prabhu, start.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Mataji, I had some problem with the mobile. I just connected it. So I'll start from the which paragraph, Mataji?
Second paragraph. Second.
Great. Second. Devotional service in pure love of God.
Where you are? Second paragraph. Yeah, devotion service and pure love. Actually, you're reading the headline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great authority. Great authorities like Bhishma have explained that love of God means completely giving up all so-called love for any other person. According to Bhishma, love means reposing one's affection completely upon one person, withdrawing all affinities for any other person. This pure love can be transferred to the Supreme Personality of Godhead under two conditions: out of ecstasy and out of causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself.
Now, out of ecstasy, let us see. Fifth.
Mataji, one question I have. Always we say God's causeless mercy means there is no cause. God gives just like that. But when it comes to getting mercy of Krishna, then we talk, we have to do sadhana, bhakti, Bhakti Shastri, and everything, all the austerities. I was just running. Always it is called causeless mercy. There is no cause, as if God gives mercy to everybody just like that.
At least we can qualify ourselves. Better now we qualify ourselves instead of becoming the most disqualified.
No, that is there. We can understand there has to be some qualification, some efforts have to be made to get something. It is not that everybody will get. Then nobody will do bhakti.
Better is we get mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Whatever, at least that much we can ensure. The mercy of Srila Prabhupada automatically flows to the person who loves to follow what Prabhupada desired.
Okay, understood.
Prabhupada desired that his books should be scrutinizingly studied. Yes. This comes in the name of Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav. There is all another. But when we sit alone, we are not going to do so systematically. Today we'll do, tomorrow we'll not be doing, because all are in the Grahastha ashram. Even to study scrutinizingly in Brahmachari ashram also very difficult. Until and unless there is a process put. So at least some carrot is shown. What is that carrot? You'll get a certificate.
Yes.
Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Got it in the right spirit. Thank you.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Can this question be answered by ye yathamam prapadyante?
Yes. To the extent one comes to him, Krishna goes to him. But again, if you don't go also, suppose Krishna's mercy is that Krishna can jump on you. That is causeless mercy. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the topmost wealth to the most disqualified people. Nobody asked. But still Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the topmost dhana.
Yes. Chaitanya Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is really the causeless mercy. Even somebody doesn't want to get it, he say, I'll give you my name. I'll give you Krishna's name. That is really the causeless mercy by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, next paragraph is ecstasy, that is 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. 4th are there. Next paragraph is 5th and 6th. Other next paragraph is 7th and 8th. Tatra bhavottaha bhava evantar anganam anganam anusevaya arudha parama utkarsham bhava uttaha parikirtitaha. Prema arising from bhava is explained. Ecstasy, now that step, ecstasy to prema. That bhava which reaches the highest excellence by continual service using all essential angas is called prema arising from bhava. Now the angas were defined in relation to sadhana bhakti, but the same activities continue to bhava and prema, though they are called anubhavas after sadhana is finished. So now it is a continual process. All the angas are as it is. What are the angas? Hearing, chanting, association, reading, dhamvas, deity worship. We saw 64 limbs of devotional service, out of which 5 are most important: A, B, C, D square, association, book reading, chanting, deity worship, dhamvas. Maintaining the same angas, continuously serving. That means from the sadhana itself, we have started with these 5 angas, which Mahaprabhu has practically said that this is the 5 angas are the sum and substance of the whole 64 angas. Now, if we follow these 5 angas and maintaining the same to bhava stage and then proceeding to prema. Tatra vaidah bhavuttho yatha ekadashe evam vratasva priyanama kirtya jata nurago drutachitta uchchaihi asati athoroditi rauti gayati ulmadavanrityati lokabhayaha. Now, an example of prema arising from vaidha bhava is supplied from the 11th canto. Having performed his vows according to Vaidhi Bhakti, chanting the holy name of the beloved Lord, he develops great attachment. As his heart melts with ecstatic love, he laughs very loudly, cries or shouts. Sometimes he sings and dances like a madman, for he is indifferent to public opinion. So in this way, from Vaidhi Bhakti, he came to the stage of Sadhana Bhakti. Vaidaha. Vaidaha means produced from Vaidhi Bhakti. How? By following the rules and regulations. From Vaidhi Bhakti, Vaidhi Bhava appears a corresponding prema. So the corresponding prema is there. Evam Vrataha, performing vows. Prema arose from Vaidha Bhava. That has been given in Bhakti Rasamrita Jiva Goswami commentary. So attainment of bhava, that is very dear. Word priya means attainment of bhava. So possessiveness of the Lord increases. Extreme possessiveness, when it increases, that is prema. Jatanuragaha. So whatever vows has been given in sadhana bhakti, that has been clearly performed. And slowly, the bhava increases, appears from chanting Priyanama Krityaha. Priyanama Krityaha. So feeling of possessiveness also increases. Swa means one's own. He becomes the object of affection. Jatanuragaha. Jatanuraga means intense possessiveness. So much of prema emanates while chanting the holy name. At that time, he sometimes cries, sometimes dances. In this way, it is complete ecstasy. Okay, Narayan, read.
Ecstasy. Ecstatic love of Godhead can be potently invoked simply by following the rules and regulations of devotional service as they are prescribed in scriptures. Under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master. In the 11th canto, second chapter, verse 40 of Srimad Bhagavatam, this ecstatic love, born of the execution of regulative devotional service, is explained. A devotee, in the course of executing the regulative principles of devotional service, develops his natural Krishna consciousness, and being thus softened at the heart, he chants and dances like a madman. While performing chanting of the holy name of the Lord, he sometimes cries, sometimes talks wildly, sometimes sings, and sometimes, without caring for any outsider, dances like a madman. Should I continue?
Mm-hmm. Then 7th and 8th. Let us see 7th and 8th. Raganugiya bhavottaha yatha padmaha. Now in ecstasy, we are talking about how in ecstasy, from bhava, how prema has come. To come to the stage of bhava, two vidhi is there. One is vaidhi and one is raganuga. Now raganuga bhavottha. Raganugiya bhavottha yatha padme. Na patim kamayet kanchet brahmacharya सदा तमेव मूर्तिं ध्यायन्ति चन्द्रकान्तिर्वरानना श्रीकृष्णगाथामगायन्ति रमाञ्चोद्वेदलक्षणा अस्मिन् मन्वन्तरे स्निग्धा श्रीकृष्ण प्रियवर्तया. Prema arising from bhava based on raganuga sadhana is described in the Padma Purana. In this Manvantara period, the beautiful faced Chandrakanti observed continuous celibacy and continuously meditated only on the form of Krishna, thinking one should not desire anyone else as a husband. She sang songs about him with hair standing on end. She developed complete affection for Krishna by hearing stories about Krishna. Now there is a girl known as Chandrakanti. What she did, she only thought of Krishna. Now what is the meaning of Raganuga? Following the footprints of Ragatmika Bhaktas. Who are the Ragatmika Bhaktas? Those Vrajavasis are known as Ragatmika Bhaktas. Following the footprints of Ragatmika Bhaktas, this girl, Chandrakanti, she's just thinking, oh, I just want to marry Krishna. I don't want anyone else. So slowly, her love for Krishna increases to such an extent that Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti turned to Raganuga Bhava, and that Raganuga Bhava turned to Prema. So Jiva Goswami says that she just meditated on the deity of Krishna. She attained that power to Krishna. And she did not desire anybody as her husband. Na kamayate. She had no desire. This way, her deep possessiveness, the feeling of deep possessiveness of Krishna has increased. And this is the definition. What is the meaning of prema? That much love that other things become very insignificant. Okay, continue.
In the Padma Puran, there is a statement about ecstatic love born of spontaneous affection. Chandrakanti, a celebrated fair-faced girl, rigidly observed celibacy in order to obtain Krishna as her husband. She always engaged herself in meditating on the transcendental form of the Lord and always chanted the glories of the Lord. She did not desire to accept anyone else as her husband. She had firmly decided that only Lord Krishna would be her husband.
Yes. Then prema arising out of Lord's extraordinary mercy. That causeless word is only removed now, see. Because we are very confused now. What is that causeless? Extraordinary mercy. So 9th verse, 1.4.9. Ata harer ati prasadottaha harer ati prasadoyam sangadanadhiratmanaha. Prema arising from the great mercy of the Lord is explained. That great mercy of the Lord includes such things as the Lord giving his association to the devotee. Now, Lord gives association. What a bhagya. Narada is actually describing the bhagya of Pandavas. He says, what bhagya you have. The Supreme Personality of Godhead sleeps with you, eats with you, plays with you. So giving association, direct association to the devotees. So that is Ati Prasadaha, extreme mercy. Then 10th verse. Yatha ekadashe tenadhita shruti gana nopasita mahatmanaha avrata tapasah matsangan mam upagataha tenadhita shruti gana nopasita mahatmaha avratadaptaha tapasaha matsangan mam upagataha. So 11th canto, prema arising from Lord's mercy has been described. The persons I have mentioned did not undergo serious studies of Vedic literature, nor did they worship great saintly persons, nor did they execute severe vows or austerities. Simply by association with my devotees and me, they achieved me. They did not do anything much, but they associated with devotees and they associated with me. Like when Prabhupada went to West, he met those people who really did not have any meritorious credits with them. They did not have anything. But just by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, they could reach that stage that they have given up everything just for Krishna. From where that intense desire came. Especially they left everything, they came to India when Prabhupada wanted them to make Juhu temple. They gave up everything and they were ready to take up all type of criticisms and beatings also. That intense desire to fulfill the desire of Srila Prabhupada. And that is mercy. They were not having some great credits of being Shastrik, nor they were coming from any high birth. Just because of the mercy and association of a pure devotee, that transformation happened. First is faith, complete faith on one's Guru. If that is there, and if one just serves the Guru nicely with great intensity, it is the Guru Tattva which flows the mercy. It is not just one person, it is the Guru Tattva. When you say, I love my Guru, yes, I love the Parampara. That Parampara flows the mercy. And for my Guru, I am ready to give up anything and everything. Then understand the mercy flows like anything. So here it is stated, just by the association with my devotee and me, they achieved me. So Jiva Goswami clearly says, they did not study any Vedas to attain me. They did not worship great masters to learn the Vedas. Just because of the association of my devotee and me, such a type of prema came. Prema means for ready to give up anything and everything for Krishna. How many times Srila Prabhupada met Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur? Just twice. But how much deep love for Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur that he just said, go to the West and preach. Prabhupada ready to give up anything and everything. When a person is in prema, he is actually mad. He's a madman. For the outside world, he's a madman. Why? He has no desire for any materialistic activity. Though he may do it out of some duties. Prabhupada also did some duties. But then, when the chance came, he just followed what his Guru wanted. That is the stage of prema where a person is completely maddened to follow the instructions of his guru. And if you see Prabhupada's students also, they also did what Prabhupada wanted. Or who will give up a marriage ceremony and just run away from that place? He's going to get married. He is brought in the marriage ceremony for getting married and is running away. Who was that? Lokanath Swami. he was brought, he was to get married. He just ran away from that place. Because he remembered, no, I want to just serve Prabhupada. I don't want to do all these things. Who is going to get entangled in this marriage and all those things? He just
Pandharpur
ran
temple
away.
wale, Pandharpur temple wale Loknath. Okay.
So that craziness, that craze, Prabhupada's team had that craze. That is why that much preaching activity was happening. Team of 12. The team of 12 made the whole world inundated with prema. So that type of craziness should be there. That is prema. If you are mad, that means you are having prema. What do you say to Mirabai? Meera Divani. Extraordinary mercy of Krishna. Okay. Now read 2 paragraphs. Jumur.
Can I read for her?
Yeah.
The Lord's extraordinary mercy. When a devotee is found to be always associated with the Lord in ecstatic love, it is to be understood that such a position has been awarded by the Lord himself out of his causeless extraordinary mercy. An example of such extraordinary mercy is given in the 11th canto, 12th chapter, verse 7 of Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein Lord Krishna tells Uddhava, the gopis in Vrindavan did not study the Vedas to achieve me, nor had they ever been in holy places of pilgrimage, nor did they devotedly execute any regulative principle, nor did they undergo any kind of austerity. It is simply by my association that they have attained the highest perfection of devotional service. From the example of Chandrakanti, as found in Padma Puran, and from the example of gopis, as found in Srimad Bhagavatam, it appears that a devotee who always thinks of Krishna and who always chants his glories in ecstatic love, regardless of his condition, will attain the highest perfection of unalloyed devotional love due to Lord Krishna's extraordinary mercy. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam. If a person worships, adores, and loves Hari, the Supreme Lord, he should be understood to have finished all kinds of austerities, penances, and similar processes of self-realization. On the other hand, if after undergoing all types of austerities, penances, and mystic yoga practices, one does not develop such love for Hari, then all his performances are to be considered as a useless waste of time. If someone always sees Krishna inside and out, then it is to be understood that he has surpassed all austerities and penances for self-realization. And even after executing all kinds of penances and austerities, one cannot always see Krishna inside and out, then he has executed his performances uselessly.
I don't want to study Bhakti Vaibhav. Okay, then what I will do, I'm seeing Krishna outside and inside. I've reached that stage. You're fooling yourself. Just for not studying and giving exam, don't talk all these things. I'll come and sit in the temple. It's not so easy. Not so easy. Even if you are given 1 crore rupee also and sit in the temple and just chant, your modes will not allow you to do. Somebody told Prabhupada, you are so happy eating, dancing, eating, chanting and dancing. Prabhupada said, join us now. Join us. If you feel so envious that we are very happy, join us. It's not so, even if you welcome people, please invite people, please come, join, full time you join, be here only, we'll take care of your family. Still, modes, desires, ambitions will not allow us to do. It is not just money which makes us run. It is our ambition. It is our desire. It is our moods. It is our life impressions. It is our karmas. So it is not why father or mother doesn't have money to feed the children. Why still the children work? Why? And Supreme Father and Mother is Radharani and Krishna. Will they not feed us? Why we are working? Why we go to office? It is our karma, previous life impressions. It is our desire. It's our ambition. There's so many things. When Srila Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada said, come, join us. Be full time. We'll take care of your family. We'll give you, per month, we'll give you chalo. We'll take care of your all children. But still, it's not so easy. 11th and 12th in the next paragraph. Mahatmya Jnana Yuktascha Kevalascheti Sadvidha. Prema arising from Lord's mercy has two types now. Again, there are also two types. Everywhere two types. That endowed with knowledge of Lord's power and that endowed with the knowledge of Lord's sweetness. The prema which has the knowledge of Lord's power, like the Dwarkavasis. Prema which has only the knowledge of Lord's sweetness, like just Kevala Prema, only attracted to the sweetness of Krishna, the sweet dealings of Krishna with the devotees. Right.
Whose page?
Narayana, mute your phone. So, just attracted to the sweet dealings. And one is attracted to the opulence and power of Krishna. So here it is explained, prema has two types. Prema arising from bhava had two types. In the same way, kevala indicates knowledge only of the sweetness of the Lord with no mixture at all. Just love. Love for the sweetness of Krishna. Then this is 11th and the 12th one is also there in the same paragraph. Atha adyaha yatha pancharatre mahatmya jnana yuktastu sudrudha sarvatodikaha sneha bhaktir iti proktas taya sashtriyadinanyatha. Prema endowed with the knowledge of the power of the Lord, arising from the Lord's mercy. Affection for the Lord more than anyone else, which is very firm and includes the knowledge of Lord's power, is called bhakti. By that bhakti, a person attains powers in the spiritual world as well as other rewards. There is no other way of attaining such things. Now he has only knowledge of Lord's power. No problem. What is there? Understanding Lord's power, he has no attraction to anybody else. He only loves Krishna. And his love is so firm. Now in that, he is attracted to Lord's power. Oh, how strong is Krishna. He killed Aghasur. Now somebody is attracted to that power. And somebody says, oh, how sweet dealings with his friends. Eating from the mouth of his friends. Somebody is attracted to that sweet dealings. So that is knowledge. That is another knowledge. So that bhakti is inundated with that prema. What is that prema? Where only sweetness of Krishna is seen. Power is not that much not eager to know the power of Krishna. Only sweet dealings of Krishna that has been given. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes, two verses, this and the next one, that is 13th one, they describe about the knowledge of the Lord's power, and one is without the knowledge of the Lord's power. So knowledge of the Lord's power means sweetness, awareness that he is God. So this awareness that he is God restricts feelings of Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. So that restricts because it is Jnana Yuktaha. Jnana Yuktaha. So that feeling of madhurtyaha vatsalya is restricted. Though it is there, but it is restricted. Or that highest level of perfection is not attained. That awareness actually cripples that flow of love. Now you are aware, oh, your son is the president of India. Then mother's behavior a little bit, she'll restrict her vatsalya. She cannot have that same dealings what she did when the son is 7th standard or 8th standard or more smaller than that. She used to take her in the lap, take him in the lap, kiss, sometimes pull the ears. But oh, now he's he is the president of India. What am I going to do like this? I cannot even scold. So that restricts, that cripples that vatsalya flow. So that has been given. So awareness does not now in the sweetness, the awareness is not there. The knowledge of the Lord's greatness and the complete affection for the Lord is also bhakti. That is also bhakti only. That is also prem. No, awareness is that much only. But if you compare these both, there only kevala prema, no awareness of the, that is the topmost, that is the highest, and that is Goloka Vrindavan Dham. Where awareness is there, that becomes Vaikuntha Dham. Both Krishna is only there. Devotees love Krishna in both the places. In one place, they know about the Lord, that he is so great, he is so wonderful. So much of respect is there. Even the Madhurya Prem, but that Madhurya Prem again is not allowing Krishna to it's not allowing to control Krishna. Simple. In one place, Krishna is controlled. Like Radharani controls Krishna. Lakshmi cannot do that. Yashoda Mata takes a stick, runs behind Krishna. Devaki cannot do that. That much only difference is there. And what Krishna likes, ask him. He says, I like to be controlled by the devotees. He doesn't say, hey, what is this? You all are running behind me with a stick and all. I don't like Goloka. No, he says Goloka is the topmost. Though the husband may be vice president or owner of a company, but when he comes home and if the same type of mood is there, then that restricts the love between any relation, maybe wife and the husband, child and the father. But the same father, when he comes home and is so simple that he likes to do all the work, he cuts the vegetables, he sometimes cooks, he sometimes cleans a fan. So he may be occupying a very great position outside, but he's as simple in the house. So the dealings are so simple. The knowledge that my father is having so great position outside the world automatically cripples. That knowledge cripples before the love. But the topmost which Krishna relishes is the control done by the devotees. Krishna likes to be controlled by the devotees. Now both are controllers. Just see, Krishna is also controlling the whole world. But who is the topmost controller? Those bhaktas who have controlled Krishna. And if you see, compare who is the topmost in the controllers, you are controlling the one who is controlling others by your extreme love, kevala bhakti. If that a person achieves, then that is the topmost, isn't it? Because he is controlling everyone and you are able to bind him in the heart. Sadhya Ridya Varudhyate Prakutivihi Shushubhi Takshanat. Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter speaks about it. 10th canto, Brahmaji's prayers also speaks about it. Jnane priyasa budupasya namanti eva jivanti sanmukritam bhavadiya vartam sthane sita shrutikatam tanuvan manovi ye praya sojito jitopi asitrislokyam. That ajitaha can be controlled. He is ajitaha, uncontrollable, unconquered. but he is conquered by the love of the devotees. Then for Krishna, that is a pride. And what is that pride? My children can control me. But in the material world, if something happens like this, we keep it like a matter of shame. That my wife is controlling, Joru ka gulam ban gaya hu. No, nobody will go and speak this outside. Main Joru ka gulam hu. Will you tell that? But Krishna likes to tell that. So the whole world he declares. In a Damodar Ashtakam also it comes that I am bound by the devotees. And Krishna likes to declare to the whole world. And what fun and pride Krishna has, you see, in this. He has a fun also in telling and pride also in telling. Okay, 11th and 12th. Daya Sagar Prabhu, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Spontaneous attraction to Krishna, which is said to be due to the extraordinary mercy of the Lord, can be placed under two headings. One is profound veneration for the greatness of the Lord, and the other one is being automatically attracted to Krishna without any extraneous consideration. In the Narada Pancharatra, it is said that if on account of profound veneration for the greatness of the Supreme Lord, one attains a great affection and steady love for him, one is certainly assured of attaining four kinds of Vaishnava liberation, namely, achieving the same bodily features as the Lord, achieving the same opulence as the Lord, dwelling on the planet where the Lord is residing, and attaining eternal association with the Lord. The Vaishnava liberation is completely different from the Mayavada liberation, which is simply a matter of being merged into the effulgence of the Lord.
Okay, now 13th verse. Kevala yatha tatraiva manogatir avichinna harau prema paripluta avisandhi vinirmukta bhaktir vishnu vasankari. Vasankari means keeping Krishna in vash. Vasankari. Even if you have not attained that state, just by thinking how much bliss one is experiencing, just see, oh, Krishna is going to be bound. Krishna, we can make Krishna dance, even though we have not reached that stage. Even just to imagine what advantageous position the devotees have, even just by thinking this also, one is experiencing a bliss. That bhakti inundated with prema, so much of prema, which with continuous spontaneous desires to please the Lord, free of desires for other results. Even the desire to see his power brings even Krishna under the control. They don't have any desire, even to see the desire of his, to even have the desire to see his power is also not there. That means to take advantage of his power is also not there. They just love Krishna. Where there is not even a tinge, not even a slightest trace of taking some advantage of Krishna's power. That means he just wants to give. So much of giving tendency, that love is so much condensed love, that there's bas Krishna and me. Krishna and me means Krishna, devotees and me. Krishna's power and all is all, that is not even counted also. They are not taking anything into consideration. Like the father at home. What father does in office, how much he has earned and come. If a child is interested in this, that means he is not loving father. But in the material world, you will find this only. That is why love is not there in the material world. In the material world, what is there is only lust. That love is only for Krishna. One is with the knowledge of his power. Even there also, there may be no cause, even not to take any advantage of his power, but knowledge is there, what to do. Knowledge is there. But here, knowledge also is not there, not even bothered to take any, not even bothered to see his power. So the bhakti which possesses continuous desire for the Lord, devoid of desire for other results. Abhishandi vinirmuktaha controls the Lord. So Lord is also sweet before the devotee. Like Vidur's wife, what did she give? She gave only chilka. That Duryodhana arranged 56 bogas. And Vidurani is giving chilka and just seeing sweetness of Krishna. And not even aware what she is giving, kela or chilka. And Krishna is eating the peel also very nicely. Vidur comes and says, "Oh, dull-headed old lady, what are you doing?" Then she says, "Oh, why did you come in between?" Krishna says, "We were exchanging the love so much. Her vatsalata completely captivated me." So this is what Krishna wants. Okay. 13th one. Hans Ruby Prabhu. Why your video is off? Video is on.
Yes, you can see me now.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Then only I'll mark present, because if you're not seen, then how will I mark present?
Mataji, actually, I was not in a Vaishnav dress. I just came from office, just put on t-shirt and like.
Doesn't matter. At least you're present.
In the Narad Pancharatra, pure unallied devotional service is explained as being without any motive for personal benefit. If a devotee is continuously in love with Lord Krishna and his mind is always fixed upon him, that devotional attitude will prove to be the only means of attracting the attention of the Lord. In other words, a Vaishnava who is incessantly thinking of the form of Lord Krishna is to be known as a pure Vaishnava.
Okay, 14th verse, last verse for today. Association with pure devotees, and do next time. Mahima jnana yuktaha syad vidhi marganusarinam raganuga srisanam tu prayashaha kevala bhavet. Those who have practiced Vaidhi Bhakti and then got the mercy of the Lord attain prema with knowledge of the Krishna's power. Those who have practiced Raganuga Bhakti and then got the mercy of the Lord usually attain prema with knowledge of Lord's sweetness. Now again, who has got what? From sadhana, that is Vaidhi, Vaidhi to Bhava, Bhava to Prema. Now Vaidhi to Bhava, Bhava to Prema is with knowledge. Raganuga to Bhava, Bhava to Prema, only Kevala Prema, only sweetness. Generally, from Raganuga sadhana, one will attain Kevala Prema. So the practitioner of Raganuga, who also practices some portion of Vaidhi sadhana, does not receive Kevala Prema. Practitioner of Raganuga, who also practices some portion of Vaidhi, will not attain. It is said here. Does not receive Kevala Prema. If he is completely in Raganuga and Raganuga following the Ragatmika Bhaktas, then he attains Bhava, and that Bhava he will attain Kevala Prema. Now here it is said, if a person practicing Raganuga sadhana performs Archana, which includes meditation on Rukmini and others on Dwarka, which is also a part of Vaidhi Bhakti, he will not attain. You are meditating on Rukmini. How will you attain? Because Rukmini had the knowledge of that Krishna is God. So you have to follow those devotees who had no knowledge. You follow Devaki then. you cannot attain Kevala. If you follow Yashoda, then you'll attain. So that is also mercy, spontaneous love following Yashoda. But spontaneous love following Devaki, then knowledge of the power will come. So it depends. Okay. Continue, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Generally, a devotee who has achieved the causeless mercy of the Lord on account of following the strict rules and regulations of devotional service becomes attracted by the supreme greatness of the Lord, by the transcendental beauty of the Lord, and by the spontaneous execution of devotional service. To be more clear, by executing the regulative principles of devotional service, one can fully appreciate the transcendental beauty of the Lord. In any case, such exalted positions are possible only by the extraordinary mercy of the Lord upon the devotee. Hare Krishna.
I think I can complete also now. If you allow me another 15 minutes, it's okay? Okay, because 9 cross of... Who is talking? Hansu, baby, keep your mobiles. आदौ श्रद्धा तथा साधु संग तथा भजन क्रिया तथो अनर्थ निवृत्ति स्यात् ततो निष्ठा रुचि तथा शक्ति सतो भाव तथा प्रेमाभिव्यञ्जन भञ्जति साधकानां मयं प्रेम्णः प्रादुर्भाव भवेत् क्रमः. This we have done already in Bhakti Shastri, in Bhagavad Gita. The 9 stages of devotional service, 9 steps. What are the 9 steps? Adau Shraddha. First is association of devotees. Adau Shraddha, faith. First is faith. Then one associates with the devotees. Tata Sadhu Sangha. Then Bhajana Kriya. Anarthas are removed. Then Ruchi, taste comes. Asakti, spontaneous desire appears. Then bhava, then prema, all these things are being given. This is sadhana bhakti. Okay, read. Gadi Prabhu, read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dharma Pranam. Association with pure devotees. Although many different processes for developing love of Godhead have been explained so far, Srila Rupa Goswami now gives us general description of how one can best achieve such high position. The beginning of ecstatic love of Godhead is basically faith. There are many societies and associations of pure devotees. And if someone with just little faith begins to associate with such devotees, such societies, his advancement to pure devotional service is rapid. The influence of pure devotee is such that if someone comes to associate with him with little faith, one gets the chance of hearing about the Lord from the authoritative scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Thus, by the mercy of the Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart, one gradually develops his faith in descriptions of such authoritative scriptures. This is first stage of association with pure devotees. In the second stage, one becomes a little advanced and mature. He automatically offers to follow the principles of devotional service under the guidance of pure devotee and accepts him as the spiritual master. In the next stage, under the guidance of spiritual master, the devotee executes regulative devotional service, and as a result of such activities, he becomes free from all unwanted occupations. When he is freed from unwanted occupations, his faith becomes steadily fixed, and he develops a transcendental taste for devotional service. Then attachment, then ecstasies, and in the last stage, there is a pure love of Godhead. These are the different stages of the development of pure love.
Yes. Now, 17th verse. Dhanyasya nava prema yasyan milati chetasi antarvanibhir apyasya mudra shushtu sudargama. This ever fresh prema arises in the heart of a person who is very fortunate. That person's behavior is very difficult to comprehend. even for those knowledgeable of scriptures. Those who have prema, it is not so easy to understand their behavior. Antar Vashit Vanibihi. That means even if a person has studied the scriptures, it's not so easy to understand the behavior of pure devotees. Okay, continue.
Hare Krishna. Only the most fortunate persons can achieve such success in life. Those who are simply academic students of the Vedic scriptures cannot appreciate how such a development takes place. In Narada Pancharatra, Lord Shiva foretells Parvati, my dear supreme goddess, you may know that from me that any person who has developed the excess of love for supreme personality of Godhead and who is always merged in transcendental bliss on account of this love cannot even perceive the material distress or happiness coming from the body or mind. The affection, shall I continue? Mati?
Wait. Now 18th and the 19th last. अत एव श्रीनारद पंचरात्रे यथा भावन्मतो हरेर्कञ्चित् किञ्चित् न वेद सुखम् आत्मनः सुखं चेति महेशानि Paramananda Aplutaha. So Narada Pancharatra also what is stated. Oh Goddess Parvati. The person who is mad with love of Lord, being absorbed in the highest bliss, does not know at all his own happiness or distress. He has crossed these two dualities, happiness and distress. Why? Because he is completely in bliss. What it matters if he is in a happy position? What it matters if he is in distress? He is in bliss. That is why he has crossed these dualities. And that is why to understand such person is very difficult. It is said, those who are learned in scriptures, they define the goals of life. What is the goal of life? Destruction of suffering, attainment of happiness. But those, they try to understand if the Prema Bhaktas have achieved, whether these Prema Bhaktas have achieved these two goals. They're trying to analyze with the knowledge of the scriptures. But Prema Bhaktas internally experience such happiness and distress only from achieving or not achieving the Lord. So what is happiness for a Prema Bhakta? Oh, achieving the Lord is happiness. What is distress? Not achieving the Lord is distress. So the terms of happiness and distress is completely different for a person knowledgeable in the scriptures. Now Sudama did not have anything. But still, Sudama's love for Krishna is so much. But you meditate on Sudama, you will have knowledge of the powers of Krishna. But Prema will be there. And he also has so much of Prema. He knows the power of Lord. Yet, he is experiencing so much of bliss that he is not interested in his so-called distress. And so-called happiness also when he possesses everything. Okay, Jumur, read.
The affection and the dealings of love that are different branches of the original tree of love precede many varieties of affectionate manifestations that will not be discussed here. These different manifestations have been described by Sanatana Goswami in his Bhagavatamrita. Although the subject of such affections and dealings of love is very confidential, Sanatana Goswami has described them very explicitly.
Okay. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments. Here he says, the statements made by Dhruva suffering from not attaining the Lord is shown by the Kumaras expressing disrespect for the liberation, since there is no bhakti present for attaining the Lord in that state. In the statements of the Kumaras, happiness on attaining the Lord is expressed by accepting birth, even in hell, provided it is possible to perform bhakti there. Okay, next. Premna eva vilasatvad वैरद्यात् साधकेष्वपि अत्र सेहादयो भेदा विविच्य नहि संसितः. Sneha and other. This 20th is also there in that same verse which you have read. Sneha and other advanced angas are the manifestations of prema. But because they are rare, even in those who have practiced bhakti, the distinctions will not be described here. So that is all going to be explained in the southern way. Okay, 20th. 1 minute. You read now 18th. 19th you read, no? That last one, 19th and 20th. 18th Prabhuji read, that only I explained. Now 90th that you have read, and 20th is also in that only. Srimad Prabhupada Mabhojaha Sarva Bhagavatamrite Vyakti Kirtasa Gudhapi Bhakti Shudham Tahamadhuri. Sri Sanatan Goswami, my master, has clearly described all the sweetness of the conclusions of bhakti in Bhagavatamrita, though it is very esoteric. Gopala Rupa Shobham Dadhatapi Raghunatha Bhava Vistari Tushyatu Sanatanatma Prathama Vibhag Sudhambhu Nidehe. May the eternal Lord, in the beautiful form of a cowherd boy, who distributes his mood of love to Rama and other forms, be pleased with this first part of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So may the person named Sanatan Goswami, who glorified Gopal Bhatta Goswami and Rupa Goswami and bestowed Krishna Prema to Raghunath Das Goswami, be pleased with this first section of Ocean of Nectar. First line is, and the second line has been described. Gopala Rupa. Now two meanings have been given. Gopala Rupa Shobham Dudadapi. So in the Gopala Rupa, in the form of a cowherd boy, what did you do? You gave the prema to Raghunatha, to Rama. You gave that prema to Rama. The same way, if you see, Sanatan Goswami gave this prema, who was glorified by Gopala Bhatta Goswami, Rupa, Gopala Rupa, and then Krishna prema to whom? Raghunath Das Goswami. The same line has been given two meanings. This verse has two meanings in relation to Krishna. The form of cowherd boy which expands into avatars like Rama. Krishna is the source of all the avatars. Another meaning is that Rupa Goswami, the writer, has mentioned in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that Gopala Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, they are all friends of Rupa Goswami. The fourth season, Sanatan Goswami is the elder brother of the author of the work. Bhava is the words, means Krishna Prema. So anyhow, this last line has, verse has two meanings, 21st. Gopala Rupa Shobham Dadhati Api Raghunatha Bhava Vistari. This whole line, this Gopala has taken many rupas, of which one of the rupa is Raghunatha, that is Rama. And same Gopala Bhatta, Rupa Goswami, they are all, Gopala Bhatta is a friend of Rupa Goswami, is glorifying Krishna. And Tasyataha Sanatanaha Prathama Vibhage, so Sanatan Goswami, Sanatan Goswami is the elder brother that has been given. And Raghunath Das Goswami has also been mentioned, that Raghunatha Goswami, Gopala Bhatta Goswami, they are all friends of Rupa Goswami. Okay, read more.
Sri Rupa Goswami thus concludes the first division of the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, offering up his treatise for the transcendental pleasure of Sanatan Goswami, who has established the transcendental beauty and of Gopal Bhatt Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami. It appears from the statement that the great Srila Jiva Goswami was not yet active when Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu was written. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta summary study of the first division of Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu up to the descriptions of ecstatic love of Godhead which are to follow next.
So that means Jiva Goswami's name is not there, but he was not much active that time. Small, no? Brother's son. So when Rupa Goswami is written Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu under the shelter of Sanatana Goswami or under the instructions of Sanatana Goswami, that is how he offers the whole work to Sanatana Goswami. It becomes the Vishrama Mandala. That is how the first introduction starts itself. So now your work starts of studying and giving exam after 2 weeks. Hare Krishna. So Ishopanishad will start soon. Once the Ishopanishad is over, then again the exam, May 2nd, Bhakti Vaibhav starts. So I desire all of you study nicely, get your Bhakti Shastri certificate, and join Bhakti Vaibhav class also. Okay? Any questions you can ask? If no questions, that means you are in the stage of prema and complete ecstasy. Okay, Nayana Manjari. Oh, Hari Bol. Chant.
Sanjay Vacha Tantra Vishtam Ashipurna Kulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Vata Madhusudana
Hari Bol.
Vacha Utasta Kashmiramidam Vishame Samupasthitam Anaryajutam Swargyam Aketi Karamarjuna.
Very good, wonderful. I don't want to tell now. She doesn't want to tell. She is dressed like a gopi.
Tanagana Tanaparau Premam Divya Rachana Priya Karau Nirmatsarau Pujitau Sri Chaitanya Kripa Parau Bhuvi Bhuvau Atavantarakau Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyukau Sri Jiva Gopalakau.
Wonderful, very good. You study the whole 6 Goswamis, Goswami Ashtakam, Shal Goswami Ashtakam.
Shri Shud Goswami Ashtakam.
Ki Jai. Mancha Kalpataru Kesha. Vipa Sindhu Vyavacha. Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Prabhupada Ki Jai. Our Chotu Nayana Manjari Ki Jai. Every day this is feast for us. After the class, what is the feast? Is her shlokas are the feast. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Thank you very much, Mataji, and thank you very much, Nayan Manjari. Hare Krishna. Pranam to you.
Hare Krishna.